woke up a little early. The air felt different today, like it was waiting for me to just step outside. I stood there for a moment, holding my breath, feeling like the first page of something I haven't read yet. My chest does this thing when I can't explain why everything feels a little more real. I think I'm opening, like I've been waiting to. Just a quiet tremble, just a soft hello, something in me finally saying yes. I made my tea slowly, watched the steam drift up. There was a bird somewhere, I couldn't see it. The grass was still wet from the night before. Everything unhurried, like it had nowhere to be. I think I'm opening, like I've been waiting to. Just a quiet tremble, just a soft hello, something in me finally saying yes. I'll let it come, I'll let it come. Whatever this is. The light came earlier today. I noticed something shifted in the air. I noticed that too. I left the curtains half open just to see what the morning would do. It found its way across the floor the way it used to, the way things do. There were flowers at the corner store. I walked past them twice this week. The second time I stopped and stood there, not buying anything, just letting myself feel. I've been doing that more lately, standing still inside a moment, letting ordinary things land on me, like I finally have somewhere to be. Something about this season makes me less afraid of wanting things, of saying so out loud. You're the first one thing I've reached for this year, slow and unsteady, soft and sincere. I don't know exactly what I'm doing here, but I'm doing it, and it feels like spring. I sent you a message and set my phone face down, the way you do when you've said something real. I need a moment with the sound. The trees are almost fully green now, almost but not quite arrived. I know this feeling from the inside, something in me trying to come alive. I made myself be patient with it, watch the week unfold. Some things can't be rushed into blooming, some things just have to be told. Something about your name appearing on my screen makes the whole room a little more like something I believe. And you're the first one thing I reach for this year, slow and unsteady, soft and sincere. I don't know exactly what I'm doing here, but I'm doing it, and it feels like spring. I used to move through April without looking up. I used to let the season pass me like I didn't need it much. But here I am, noticing the angle of the light. Here I am with my hand out, hoping that that it's right. You're the first one thing I've reached for this year. Slow and still uncertain, but I'm still here. I don't need to know the ending, I don't need it clear. I just need this morning, I just need you near. Almost, almost, not quite yet, but I think I'm close. Got into everything, couldn't help it, I stopped trying not to let it. I washed my hands twice on Tuesday, still felt it on my skin, that particular cold of a day that quietly changes things from within. You said something small at the end of the call, just a few words before goodbye. I sat with the phone in my lap for a while, watching the dust move through the light. There's a kind of attention I only have in spring, where everything registers, where everything means something, even the small things, especially the small things. I can't locate where this feeling lives. It's somewhere between my ribs and my open hands, and I'm not trying to fix it. It's something like pollen, it gets in without asking. Quiet and golden and harder to shake. Every window I open, it comes in with the morning. I think I've been waiting for exactly this ache. I think I've been saving a place for exactly this. The market was crowded on Saturday. I moved slowly through the noise, came home with things I didn't plan to buy, some flowers, some fruit, some quiet joy. Your name appeared while I was unpacking. I set the flowers down first. There's an order to things when you're careful, there's an order when you're trying not to burst. I made dinner and left the window open, I could hear the street below. Everything doing what everything does in April when the light won't go. I can't locate where it started. Was it the flowers? Was it the call? Was it just April doing this to all of us? Or is it you? I think it's you. It's something like pollen, it gets in without asking. Quiet and golden and harder to shake. Every window I open, it comes in with the morning. I think I've been waiting for exactly this ache. I think I've been saving a place for exactly this. I'm not trying to hold it, I'm just letting it land. I'm not trying to name it, I'm just opening my hands. And if it stays, then it stays, and if it grows, then I'll let it. I'm not trying to hold it, I'm just letting it. Something like pollen, it gets in without asking. Golden and quiet and soft as a start. Every morning I wake up, it's already there waiting, somewhere between my hands and my heart. It gets in, it gets in. Let it, just let it. I had nowhere to be, and neither did you, and that was the whole thing. We walked without deciding which direction we would go. The afternoon was loose around us, moving easy, moving slow. You pointed at something in the sky, I looked where you were pointing. We stood there without speaking for a while, just two people in the open. I notice things more carefully when you're beside me, and the way the light sits in the leaves, the way I actually see it. I used to walk with somewhere in mind, now I walk with you, and the destination doesn't matter when the middle is this good. There's a kind of quiet only find when you're near. I didn't know I've been looking for it until it finally appeared. You unhurried, like a Sunday in April. You unhurried, like the light through new leaves. I have been so tired of rushing towards something. You make me wanna stay right here in the middle of things. Just here, just this. We found a bench and sat for a long time. You had a coffee, I had mine. A dog came over, then wandered off, and we let the afternoon unwind. Kids were on bikes somewhere nearby, the city doing what it does. We were just a small, still point inside it, neither of us making any fuss. You said something that made me laugh, I don't even remember what. Just that the sound of it surprised me, just that it opened something up. There's a tenderness in this kind of afternoon, I don't have a better word, just that I felt it sitting next to you, and I think you felt it too. There's a kind of slow I only find with you here, like the world agreed to take its time, like we're exactly where we should be. You unhurried, like a Sunday in April. You unhurried, like the light through new leaves. I have been so tired of rushing towards something. You make me wanna stay right here in the middle of things. I don't know what we're doing, I don't think it matters. I just know the afternoon was full of nothing and me scattered. I just know when we stood up to leave, I was already hoping that next time we'd have even less to do, even more of nothing. You unhurried, like a day in April, like the world slowed down so I could catch up. I've been so ready to stop arriving somewhere and just be here, and just be here with you. Don't go yet, don't go yet, don't go yet, just a little longer, just this. There's a tree on my street, it doesn't know what it's doing yet, and I understand it completely. It's been pushing out these small uncertain leaves for about a week now, and every morning I check on it, like we have some kind of agreement. I watch it from my second cup of coffee, standing at the window in my socks, thinking about all the things that open when you finally stop pulling back the locks. I've been thinking about you the same way, slowly, from a slight distance, wondering how long I've been standing here at the window with this feeling. It's the kind of feeling that embarrasses you if you say it too directly, so I watch the tree instead and let it say it from me. I've been closed for a long time, I almost forgot I could do this, lean towards something without knowing if it leans back, but here I am leaning green and new. That's what this is, green and new, and a little bit afraid, but the body knows, the body always I've been sitting with since. Nothing dramatic, just a real question, the kind that gets under the fence. I answered honestly, a little more than planned, and then we kept talking for hours. That's been happening lately. Time going sideways in the best way. I think I've been putting things away for so long I forgot what I had. But you asked and I opened the drawer, and it wasn't as empty as I thought it was. Spring in there too, actually waiting just like the tree. Small and uncertain and very much alive. I've been winter for a long time. I almost forgot what it feels like to push up through the dark and come out soft. Green and new, that's what this is. Green and new, and reaching anyway, because the body knows. The body always knew to grow toward one, to grow toward you, to grow toward you. I'm not asking you to wait for me to fully bloom before you look. I'm just saying I'm trying. I'm just saying I'm open. I'm just saying this feeling arrived the way spring arrives, not all at once, but unmistakably. Now I can't pretend I don't know what season this is. Green and new, still figuring it out. Green and new, but I know what it's about. The body knows. The body always knew. And so do I. And so do I. It's you. Green and new, green and new, just beginning, just beginning. There's an hour before things start. I never used to know about it. Now I live in it. The neighborhood is only half awake. The bakery light is warm and yellow. Someone's dog is pulling toward the park, and someone's letting it. I take the long way in the mornings now, past the yellow house, past the corner where the wisteria is trying again this year. The same as last year, patient as ever. I used to walk with headphones in. I used to let the world be background. Now I notice when the birds start. Now I notice when they stop. I think you did that somehow, without announcing anything. Just made the volume lower on everything except the world. I used to rush through the in-between like it was only filler. Now I think the in-between is where it actually lives. Whatever this is, a little before you, the world was still there, but I wasn't really in it. I wasn't really anywhere. Now I take the long way. Now I notice the wisteria. Now I know what mornings are and what they're actually for. You sent me something early on a Tuesday, a picture of the light on some building you passed. I looked at it for longer than I needed. I saved it without thinking. I'm glad I did. The cherry blossoms came this year, and I actually saw them. Stood under them on a Wednesday afternoon and let them do their thing. Last year I heard they came and went and didn't make the time. This year I had a reason to pay attention. Something you did or said or were slowed the whole thing down. Gave me back the parts of April I'd been walking past for years. A little before you, I moved too fast. I let the seasons be a backdrop. I let the mornings pass. Now I take the long way. Now I see the is this worth and who to thank for that? I'm not saying you fixed me, I don't think that's the word. I'm saying you were there, and I started noticing what had always been there. And that's not nothing, that's not a small thing, that's the whole of April, that's the whole of it. A little before you, I was somewhere else, walking through the season like it didn't have anything for me. Now I stop at the corner, now I look up more, now I have somewhere to bring these mornings. Now I know who they're for. A little before you, a little before you, I wasn't paying attention. Now I am. Now I am. The afternoon found a corner in my room. It does this every April. And every April I forget until it's already there. I moved my chair to meet it, sat down with my hands in my lap, not reading, not thinking about much, just receiving it like a gift. It's warm in a specific way in April, not summer warm, not aggressive, more like something asking if you'd like to feel alright today. I said yes without saying anything, and thought about you for no reason, or for every reason. It's hard to tell the difference now. I've been sitting in this light every afternoon this week, waiting for something to arrive, or just noticing it already has. I don't need much, I've been learning that slowly, just the light at a certain angle, and something to look forward to. That's the whole thing. Where the light pulls out, think of you. Where the days lose and turns gold. There's a warmth I can't explain, but I think I know its name. It starts where you are, and it opens like spring. Like spring. You laughed at something I said on an ordinary Thursday. I wasn't trying to be funny, I was just talking, and something about the way you laughed made me want to keep talking forever, just feeding that sound with everything I had. I've been paying attention to the small moments since then, the ones that don't announce themselves as significant. The way you always ask before you hang up, the way you take your time answering the real questions. There's a patience in this season, I'm borrowing it carefully, just enough to let this be exactly what it is, without rushing it somewhere else. Where the light pulls out, think of you. Where the afternoon opens and holds still. There's a feeling I've stopped trying to name and started trying to keep. It starts where you are, and it opens like spring. Like spring. Not yet a word for what this is, not yet a shape I recognize, just a direction I wanna keep facing, just a light I wanna keep beside, just this corner of the afternoon, just this warmth that doesn't ask for where the day forgets to rush anywhere. I'll be in this corner facing the right direction and thinking of you, the way April thinks of spring, thinks of spring. Didn't notice when it started. Then I checked and it had already happened. The trees were bare and then they weren't. Somewhere in between, I wasn't looking. One Tuesday they were just there, full and green and completely sure themselves. Same thing happened with you. I couldn't tell you when it shifted, just that somewhere in an ordinary stretch of weeks, the conversations got longer, and I stopped watching the clock, and I started finding reasons to say one more thing before we stopped. And then one morning I woke up and I already knew what I was feeling, which is the strangest part of all this, knowing before you're ready to know. I should have seen it coming, maybe I didn't say. Spring doesn't announce itself, it just arrives, and so did you. Slowly then, all at once, that's how the leaves go. Slowly then, all at once, that's what this is. I was living in the slowly moving through the days, then all at once, there you were, everywhere at once, everything at once. The days got longer while I wasn't counting. Now it's light until I go to sleep. I leave the window open later, listening to the evening with you on the other end. I started noticing small things that I wanna say for you. A color, a phrase, a shape in the clouds, a specific way the corner cafe smells on Saturdays. These accumulate between our conversations, like I'm building something without knowing, and then I get to give it all to you, and you actually want it, all of it. That's the thing I didn't expect, that you would want the small things, that you would ask about them, that you would remember. I should have known something was building. These things don't happen halfway, these things go all the way, or they're already there. I think I was already there. Slowly then, all at once, the way the season breaks. Slowly then, all at once, with no warning at all. I was standing in the slowly, and then I was in the all at once, and here I am, completely surrounded by you. You can't unfeel the season once it starts inside you. You can't unlearn what your own chest is saying. You can't walk back through the door you just came out of. You can only stand here in the light and admit where you are. Slowly then, all at once, like every April ever. Slowly then, all at once, like I always knew it would be. And here we are, in the all at once, where I've been heading all along. Slowly then, all at once, there you were, here you are, here you are. We were sitting by the window, and the coffee was getting cold, and neither of us moved, and that was already something. The afternoon was long and easy, the kind wasn't asked for anything. You were talking about something. I was listening and also thinking about saying the thing. Outside the cherry trees were doing what they do without asking permission. All that pink and white extravagance just casually occurring. I keep almost saying it in the gaps between the sentences, in the place after you laugh before you say what's next. It's there every time, it has been for a while. I just keep choosing the petal falling over the word. There was a moment right there at the table where the light was good and you were looking at me, and I almost said it over cold coffee. Almost said it in the April afternoon. Something about you, something about all of this, something about how it might be the right time. Almost, I was so close. You looked out the window and said it's really getting warm now. I said yes it really is, and you smiled at the street. We talked about small things after that, plans, a book, a show you watched. I was present for all of it, and also somewhere just beside it, thinking about how ordinary this was, and how that was the whole point. How I wanted ordinary with you, how I wanted 100 more cold coffees. And next time, maybe next time, when the light is like that and you look at me like that, I'll just say it. It's not fear exactly, more like I wanna do it right, more like I want the moment to match the weight of it. Almost said it by the second cup. Almost said it when you laughed at that thing. Something about wanting, something about spring, something about how you've changed the whole shape of it. Almost getting there. One of these afternoons, the words will just arrive, already arranged, and I won't have time to talk myself out of them, and you'll be right there, just like you always are. And I'll say the thing, and it'll be like, of course, almost said it, and I'll say it soon. Almost said it the whole season through. I'm just making sure I mean every word, which I do, which I absolutely do. Almost said it, I almost said it, I'll say it soon. I promise, soon. I started noticing that everything was leaning towards something, and then I realized I was too. The sunflower at the market was the first thing I noticed. The whole face turned without apology toward whatever fed it. The ivy on the building next door, reaching slow and patient, up and over and wherever the light decided to be that morning. I've been watching them all week from different windows, trying to learn what they know about wanting something openly, about not apologizing for turning toward the warmth, about not pretending you're facing anywhere else. I've been practicing it with small things first. A chair moved to the window, a longer walk toward the river, and then a thought turning toward you before I could stop it. Everything leaning toward what it loves. Everything leaning without needing a reason. And I'm leaning toward you, the way the world leans into spring, without deciding, without announcing, just the body knowing where it wants to be. You probably don't know this yet, or maybe you do. Maybe you've noticed me facing your direction. Maybe it's already obvious, the way it's obvious in flowers, the way it's obvious in ivy, all that shameless growing toward. I think about calling it something, but names feel like pressure, and this feels like April, which needs no explanation. Just two people in the general vicinity of spring, both a little open, both a little changed. I'll stop pretending I'm facing anywhere else. I'll stop pretending this isn't what it is. Everything I do lately is a slow turn toward you. I might as well admit it. I might as well lean in. Everything leaning toward what it needs. Everything leaning toward where it's warm, and I'm leaning toward you, the way April leans toward May, without rushing, without knowing exactly, just the direction, clear as anything. I'm not asking the season for permission. I'm not waiting for the perfect moment. I've been leaning long enough to know this isn't accidental. I've been leaning long enough to know I mean it, and the whole world is doing it, and the whole world is right. And so I'll lean, and so I'll lean, and so I'll lean toward you. Everything leaning toward what it loves. Every green thing reaching for the sun, and I'm leaning toward you. I've been leaning toward you since before I knew that's what I was doing. And now I know, now I know. I'll lean toward you, toward you. Everything leaning toward you. Let it lean toward you. I took the wrong turn on purpose. I think I've been doing that ever since you. The street was unfamiliar in the best possible way. All these small storefronts. I'd never had a reason to see a woman was watering plants on a second floor balcony. I looked up and she didn't notice, and that felt right somehow. I had nowhere to be for once, or I did, but later, and later felt like a gift I was holding loosely in both hands. I've been doing this more often, choosing the road without a name. Not because I'm lost, but because I wanna be found differently. Something about not knowing exactly where I'm going makes me feel closer to wherever you are, which doesn't make sense, except that it does. I took the long way home, through everything in bloom, past all the open windows, past all the afternoon, and somewhere in the middle of it I was thinking about you. I'm always in the middle of something that leads me back to people sharing something, neither of them talking, just being in the same place. I thought about us like that on some future Saturday, not needing to fill it, just occupying the same good light. The blossoms were coming down on the block near the river. I walk slower through that part, I always walk slower through that part. And I took a picture, which I'll probably send you, with nothing attached to it, just the picture, just because. Something about the long way gives me time to feel things before I have to explain them, before I have to know what they mean. And by the time I get home, I always know what they mean. I took the long way home, through everything that's new, through the late light on the pavement, through the evening coming through. And somewhere in the walking, I figured out it's true. I always take the long way, but I always end at you. I could take the short way, I know where everything is. I could stop this wandering and just go directly, but there's something in the wandering that prepares me, something in the long way that opens the door, so that when I finally get there, get to you, I arrive as all of me, not the rushed version, not the abbreviated version, all of me. I took the long way home, and I do it again, through every blooming corner, through every warm evening, past all the open windows, through all the soft new green. I took the long way home, because the long way leads to you. The long way, always the long way, and it's always worth it, always you. I've had springs before, but not like this one, not with you in it. I remember last April, I was somewhere else entirely, inside myself mostly, moving through the days without much friction. Blossoms came and went. I heard about it after somebody said it was beautiful this year. I said yes, I heard this year. I am awake for it, embarrassingly awake, standing under trees for no reason, sending you pictures of the sky. Something about having someone who wants to receive the pictures makes you take them in the first place, makes you see things worth taking. I keep thinking about the version of me who was here last April, and how close she was to everything she didn't know yet, how close she was to you. Still here when it's April, still here for all of it, the blossoms and the warm days, the light that doesn't quit. Still here and awake this time, actually inside the season. Still here when it's April, and thinking about you, always thinking about you. You asked me once what my favorite season was. I said summer without thinking, the way you answer things before you feel them. But I've been reconsidering, standing in a lot of April light, standing in this specific warmth that has your name somewhere in it. There's something about spring that requires you to participate. It doesn't let you stand at the edge, it pulls you in. And I've been pulled in, I've been completely pulled in by the season and by you. And I'm not trying to swim back, I keep thinking next April and the one after that. I keep thinking about how many springs I'd like to spend paying this much attention. Still here when it's April, still here in all the warmth, still looking at the blossoms, still sending you the clouds, still here and surprised by it the way you're surprised by spring. Still here when it's April, still finding my way to you, always finding my way to you. I wasn't sure I'd be this kind of person, the kind who stops for flowers, the kind who calls for no reason, the kind who takes the long walk home. But here I am taking the long walk home. Here I am calling for no reason. Here I am completely stopped by a tree full of blossoms, and all of it because of you, and all of it because of this spring. And I'm staying in it, I'm staying in it. Still here when it's April, still here and awake, still in the middle of all of it, still yours to find. Still here when it's April, still learning what that means. Still here, still here, still here. Last April I was somewhere else, this April I'm right here with you in it. There's a specific temperature where you leave the window open all night and wake up still feeling it. I've been living for that temperature. The curtain was moving this morning, not much, just barely. That soft, irregular breathing, that means the season finally turned. I lay there longer than I needed to, watching the fabric move, thinking about all the things that enter through open windows, light, sound, the smell of the street, waking up someone's coffee from somewhere below, a bird with strong opinions about 5:45 in the morning. And underneath all of it, this feeling which I've decided to stop pretending I don't have. There's a word for this weather where everything is possible, where you leave the windows open and let whatever comes just come. Open window weather, that's what you are to me, the kind of air that asks, are you open, are you ready? Open window weather, moving soft through everything, and I've left myself open, I've left myself open for you. I told a friend about you over lunch on Wednesday. I didn't mean to say as much As I said, she looked at me a certain way, the way people look when they know when they knew before you did, and are kind enough not to say it. I walked home after in the exact right weather, warm but with an edge that kept everything honest. I thought about calling you right then. I thought about telling you what I told her, what I said without planning to say it. These things find their way out when the windows are open, when the weather is like this, when you're not being careful enough. And I've stopped being careful. I think I've stopped open window weather, and I said your name out loud to someone else, and meant every syllable. Open window weather, and here I am, completely unguarded, completely yours. Open window weather, that's what this is. I've left myself open. I've left myself open all the way. I used to keep things shut against the weather, against the feeling of not knowing what comes in. But there's only so long you can keep a window closed in April. There's only so long before the warmth finds the crack, and you decide to just open the whole thing and let it all in. Open window weather, that's what you brought, all this air I didn't know I'd been missing. Open window weather every morning now, and I'm breathing it in, and I'm leaving it open, leaving it open for you. The curtain keeps moving, I keep watching it. I've left the window open. Come in, come in. You sent me a picture of the moon. I was looking at the same moon from a different window. I thought about that for a long time. We're not in the same city, but we're under the same April, the same pressure system, the same late light. You said it rained there too, I said it rained here this morning. We compared our versions of the sky like people who found a shared language. I've been paying attention to weather in a way I never used to, checking what it's doing where you are before I check where I am. There's something intimate about that, about knowing someone else's forecast, about caring what the morning brings them before you've met the morning yourself. Distance used to feel like subtraction, now it feels like 2 points on a line that's getting shorter every time we talk. Same sky, different street, same moon coming up, same spring arriving just from different ends. Same sky, different street, but the same feeling under it. And the feeling is you, and the feeling is spring, and the feeling is we're almost the same place. We're almost the same place. You described a park near you where the trees are older than the city. I told you about the river path where everything smells like beginning. We've been building this map of each other's ordinary geography. The bakery, the shortcut, the corner where the light does that thing. I wanna walk your streets one day, the actual pavement, the actual trees. I wanna see the park you described with you, standing in it. I show you the river path when everything smells like beginning. I wanna watch you smell it. No, I gave you that. Distance is just time that hasn't happened yet. And spring makes everything feel like it's about to happen. And you feel like you're about to happen. Same sky, different street, same moon, different view, same spring doing its thing to me and to you. Same sky, different street, but moving toward each other. Through all this April air, through all this blooming light. Same sky, getting closer. Getting closer. I look up more now at the actual sky, thinking this is what you see. Give or take a cloud and it's enough for now. It's something to hold until the streets are the same, until the window is the same, until we're standing under the same sky, from the same place. And I point at the moon and you say, I know, I was already looking. Same sky, different street, not forever though. Same spring reminding us what we're moving toward. Same sky, different street, same feeling underneath it. The same feeling pulling us toward the same place, toward each other. Same sky, same sky. You sent me the moon. I was already looking. I was already looking at the same one. I keep doing things, realizing afterward I was doing them for you. I cleaned my apartment on Saturday, actually cleaned it, moved the furniture slightly, let the light in from a different angle. I told myself it was for me, which it was, but also I was imagining you seeing it. I bought new tea, the kind I've been meaning to try. I arranged the books differently, I don't know why. And all of it felt like preparation for something I haven't scheduled yet. Like I'm getting myself ready without anyone asking me to. That's what you've done. Made me tend to things, made me want the inside to match whatever this is. I keep catching myself mid-gesture, thinking this is for you, thinking I want you to see this version, this April version, this version that leaves the windows open and moves toward warm, like I meant to all along. I'm doing all of it like I meant to all along. Tend to everything like the apartment was always waiting for someone to open the curtains. Like I was always heading here, like I was always heading toward you. I've been going to sleep earlier, waking up before the alarm. This is new, this is you. There's a version of my life that makes sense now, in a way it didn't quite before. Like the pieces were always there, just waiting for a different arrangement, just waiting for a different light, just waiting for someone who asked the right questions. You asked the right questions, you asked them simply, and wait for the real answer. And I've been given it, which is also new, which is also you, which is also something I wanna keep doing. I keep finding evidence that I was always pointing this direction long before I knew it. the arrangement was already set and spring just revealed it. And you just walked into the room and everything made sense. Like I meant to all along, open every window. Like I meant to all along, take the longer road. Like the whole apartment was arranged for exactly this light. Like I was always going to find you. Like I was always going to feel this all along, all along. I want to tell you, but I also want it to arrive naturally. The way spring arrives without a specific announcement. Just one day you look up and everything is different and beautiful and somehow exactly right. And you think, yes, this is what I was waiting for. This is what all the other seasons were pointing at. This, right here, this. Like I meant to all along, rearrange everything. Like I meant to all along, let it all begin. Like every ordinary thing I've done was leading toward this morning. Like every April I've ever had was practice for this one, for you, for this. Like I meant to all along, like I meant to, like I knew. I think I always knew. I think I was always on